The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen truly have a problem on their hands. And I think on Monday, stuff really started to show that the Buffalo Bills truly have a problem. And part of that problem is Josh Allen. I mean, if you watch the game on Monday that I'm about to break down, you can see that Josh Allen might be a turnover problem. But before we get into it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and comment what you guys think about the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Bills future. And let's get into it, starting on this game that we saw on Monday, the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. So of course, this matchup was hyped up. A lot of people were very excited to see it. I was personally also very excited to see it. And then of course, 4 snaps into his New York Jet career, Aaron Rodgers goes ahead and tears Achilles, and then the game gets flipped completely a different way. So a lot of people after this thought that the Bills were going to go ahead and run away with this game, but there was one guy. I don't even know what I want to say with this game. The New York Jets defense is legit, but Josh Allen is an elite quarterback. This should not be happening. 4 turnovers Josh Allen had. He had 4 turnovers in this game. 3 interceptions, and all 3 of them were caught by Jordan Whitehead, and he had a fumble late in the game, which made it even worse. In my opinion, the New York Jets really had no business being in this game. I mean, with Zach Wilson at quarterback, Josh Allen should be able to outperform and go ahead and ball out and really not have to worry about this. But I mean, this defense truly might be legit, and I think it is legit, but still, this is Josh Allen we're talking about. He should be able to play through these guys and get some yards in and get some scores on the board, because they were not really able to do much on offense. Stephon Diggs had over 100 yards, but that was pretty much about it. And I got a stat for you guys. Since 2018, Josh Allen has 84 turnovers, and guess what? He leads the league with this, and this is not good whatsoever. When you want to be a Super Bowl contender, you do not want to lead the league in turnovers. And speaking of Super Bowl contender, that's another thing that we're going to talk about on today's video. Is this Buffalo Bills team really a Super Bowl contender this year? Could I actually go ahead and see them making the Super Bowl? So let's see what their team looks like currently, because honestly guys, it's looking kind of rough right now. They have some nice running backs with James Cook and Damian Harris. I'm a huge James Cook guy, by the way. I think he can really do great in this offense. But besides Stephon Diggs at receiver, who do we really have? We all know who Stephon Diggs is, the Minnesota Miracle guy, 1,000-yard season, amazing at catching the football, really great, amazing guys. But Gabe Davis is where you get into another conversation with the Buffalo Bills. So on Monday versus the Jets, he ran 47 routes, and guess what? He ran the most routes on the team. Stephon Diggs ran 46. He ran the most routes, so you must think, oh, Gabe Davis supposed to have a nice game, you know, maybe got like 5 catches, 70 yards, you know. He must really had a nice game if he ran 47 routes. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but in those 47 routes, he was able to catch 2 balls and get 32 yards. Yeah, so either Josh Allen doesn't even look his way, or his separation is so bad that he runs 47 routes and can only get 2 balls. That's how bad the separation is, or Josh Allen truly doesn't look his way and doesn't trust him and only trusts Stephon Diggs. Personally, I'm a huge Gabe Davis fan. After that huge touchdown game, I thought he would be able to do great, but stuff is not looking good for Gabe Davis currently. And with this wide receiver room, and there's not really a second guy behind Stephon Diggs. I mean, you could say Gabe Davis, but like I'm saying, these stats aren't showing that he's going to be that second hand guy. I mean, besides that, they really don't have that many people. I mean, they have Khalil Shakur, Trent Sherfield, but they don't really use those guys, as we saw with this stat and how many people they ran routes with on Monday. So it's going to be very interesting what they do, because clearly they are lacking a wide receiver 2 in this offense. So this is when you start having this conversation. If you don't have a wide receiver 2, you're probably not going to go ahead and have a Super Bowl offense. I mean, once Stephon Diggs gets double teamed, what are you going to do? You have nothing that you can do, because if you don't trust Gabe Davis and the other guys in the wide receiver room, or you don't have a true good wide receiver 2, who else are you going to throw to? And that's going to be a huge problem down the road for the Buffalo Bills. So I'm not gonna lie, this offense is definitely lacking some power. I mean, without a wide receiver 2, the O-line not being in the best shape that it could possibly be, the tight end room is actually kind of nice. I'm a huge fan of the rookie that they drafted, by the way, but still, this offense is lacking some stuff. Without a true wide receiver 2, this offense just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel like a Super Bowl caliber offense, and it really doesn't help that Josh Allen is leading the league in turnovers since 2018, because if he keeps turning over the ball, stuff is not going to be good. If you don't have a wide receiver 2, he's just gonna have to start forcing balls, and those are going to lead to even more turnovers, and that's when it just really gets messy and the offense just starts going downhill and declining. Currently, I look at the Buffalo Bills offense and they say, are the Buffalo Bills a Super Bowl contender with this offense? And honestly, I'm going to say no. I think this might be the first year that the Bills truly do not make it to the divisional round. They might go ahead and lose in the wild card round, because on Monday, I know it's only 1 game, but they don't look good. But this Bills team has holes, especially in the offense. Like I said, don't have a true wide receiver 2. Their O-line is lacking some firepower, and just the offense in general is lacking firepower, and it does not help when Josh Allen just keeps turning over the football. Into the defense, I'm not gonna lie, the Bills have a pretty good defense, but it's starting to age. Tre'Davious White, Joey Porter, Micah Hyde are all dogs still, but guys like Von Miller especially, that's a huge conversation that I'm gonna have in a second. But they also have Matt Milano, Leonard Floyd, Ed Oliver. I feel like they're gonna miss Tremaine Edmonds a little bit this year, but they have some decent guys on this defense, and this defense can be good. The only problem is it's starting to get up there in age, and going up there in age means players start getting hurt and injuries start happening. Now back with the Von Miller conversation, this is going to be truly interesting to see how well and how good Von Miller plays on his return, because like I said, tearing an ACL and coming back at the age Von Miller is at is not a good thing. I mean, last year Von Miller was on fire. He had 8 sacks before he got hurt. He was really helping out this Buffalo defense, and you could tell, especially in the playoffs versus Cincinnati and the game versus Miami, they were truly lacking a defensive presence, and they really missed him in those games. So I think the defense is pretty good, but like I said, it's aging. There could definitely be problems there with players aging. It's going to be interesting to see how Von Miller come back. If Von Miller can somehow come back at his age and play like he did last year before he got hurt, that'd be truly amazing. That'd really help out the Bills. But as right now, currently, this defense is aging, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do throughout the season. I think it's like decent. I don't think it's going to be like all around horrible, but I do think it is going to be interesting to see what happens, especially with guys like Von Miller, like I said, to see what happens and how this continues. And with the offense kind of lacking some power to it and the defense getting older and aging, the questions really start happening. Is the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl window closing? Now, this is a discussion and a conversation that I'm willing to start to have. I mean, the Bills have had multiple chances. I mean, 2019 versus the Houston Texans, I'm not going to really say that was a year that really started, but 2020 AFC Championship game, 2021 the AFC divisional round, 2022 they went ahead and lost to the Cincinnati Bengals in the divisional round. They've had a lot of chances now to go ahead and go back to the AFC Championship and at least get to that crown and try to get to the Super Bowl, and they have just not been able to get over the hump. And like I said, with these problems that they have, I truly do not know if they're going to be able to get over the hump and go ahead and win a championship this year. It just doesn't seem likely. Like, when the offseason started, I was just thinking about the Bills. I was like, well, if they don't make any big moves, I mean, are they really going to have a chance to go ahead and win a Super Bowl? I mean, I know everyone calls them, like, every year they're Super Bowl contenders. Josh Allen is an amazing quarterback, but this conversation needs to start happening. Is the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl window starting to close? Because honestly, right now, currently, as of week 1 right now, going into week 2, it does truly not look good for the Buffalo Bills. And like I said, they got problems, they got some questions. I want to know what you guys think though, how the Bills can go ahead and fix these problems. There could be some things they can go ahead and do. In my personal opinion, I don't know why in the offseason they didn't go ahead and trade for D-Hop. I feel like having Diggs and DeAndre Hopkins on that offense would have been a really huge thing to go ahead and do. But as of right now, I do not see the Bills going ahead and making a Super Bowl this year or being like a super huge contender in the AFC currently. They just have too many problems, too many holes, and that's my take on the Buffalo Bills going into week 2 of the 2023 NFL season. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe. I would appreciate it. We are getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. So watch these 2 videos right here too. It would help me out a lot, and I appreciate all you guys that watch my videos. Hope all of you guys have a nice day. I will see you guys in the next one.